Well, hello everyone, and hope everybody's had a great day today. I just wanted to welcome everybody to tonight's Equestrian Professional webinar, Smart Social Media for the Horse Professional. My name is Chad Mendel, and if you've been on any of these the marketing type calls or internet calls, you may have heard me on there before. But tonight I'm going to be handing this over to Lizzie here in a few minutes. And for those of you who don't know Lizzie, Elizabeth McMillan is the editor and founder of Equestrian Professional. She is a horse business and marketing consultant and an expert in social media. She has addressed the topic of social media marketing at equestrian association conventions such as UPHA, USEA, the Kentucky Horse Council, and she spoke at CHA this past fall, and she's also going to be speaking at the American Horse Publications here at the end of this month, in the beginning of June. For those who don't know, EquestrianProfessional.com was also one of the top 10 finalists in the 2011 Equestrian Social Media Awards in the categories of Best Use of Facebook and Most Innovative, and that was all mostly on the backs of Lizzie. This year, Lizzie and I were both actually selected as judges for the Equestrian Professional Social Media Awards. Something that we, I think, both really enjoyed and really, had a great experience doing as well. So, Lizzie, thanks for putting this great presentation together for us tonight, and just kind of give us an idea of what we're going to go through, and take it away from there.
Well, thanks so much, Chad. Okay, so here's my game plan. We host this event. We posted it. This is our third year. So each year we've kind of focused on different pieces of social media or looked at it through different lenses a little bit. So this time what we're going to probably be spending most of our time on are what I call some of the marketing playbook strategies. So I'm going to look at some different horse business models and how you might be applying social media to that particular business model. So at first we're going to start with is social media platform overview and go over some of the strengths and weaknesses of the different social media platforms. I'm going to cover actually 6 of them this time, so we're going to do a couple new ones. And then I'm going to talk to you about the 5 critical audiences that you all need to reach and how to connect with them. And then I'm going to go over some essential systems, tools, and time savers. And then I'm going to touch on how to use social media to increase your current profitability, and for some of you, how to create new income streams with it. And then I'm going to go through, like I said, those what I call sort of marketing playbook strategies for different types of horse businesses. Okay, so first a quick rundown of what the social media benefits are for horse professionals. Number one benefit is that it is a fantastic customer relations tool. It's also a great way to attract new customers. In fact, in our Rethinking the Horse Business survey, over 55% of the horse professionals we surveyed had received new customers through social media. It's also a fantastic way to network with other horse professionals, which for all of you is really key for your business, whether it's that you're hoping to sell horses to each other, or maybe you're you have a lesson program and you don't really go to the shows and you want to refer clients that want to move on up to a show barn, or vice versa. You're a show barn that doesn't really do lessons. You want to create that network where you have referrals and good relationships with people in your field. It's also an excellent way to increase web traffic and improve SEO. Social media has been used by many, many mainstream companies and also is great for horse businesses as a brand building tool. It can be used to educate your clients. It can be used to educate the public about causes and charities. Another thing I think about that's really interesting, especially like with Twitter, is that you'll find that you're going to be able to connect with top business people that might be unreachable otherwise. Like, for example, Guy Kawasaki, who wrote the book Enchantment. If you follow him on Twitter and you send him an @ or send him a tweet, he's going to reply to you. It's a very interesting thing that has happened with social media in terms of making people accessible to you who otherwise wouldn't be. So again, with the horse industry, that can be very handy when it comes to looking for sponsors or maybe brand managers that you want to talk to, maybe about sponsoring you as a rider, or maybe your school team, your high school team, or what have you. It's also free, except for the time investment for the most part. Also, informal content works. And what I mean by that and why that's important is that your mobile phone camera, or just, maybe it's just a quick quote or something that you're sharing. It's not like you have to take that image and you've got to send it to a graphic artist and have them tweak it and make it, as perfect as you would for like an advertisement or something. You can be capturing content as you go and posting up there, and that's really just A-okay for social media. Clearly, YouTube videos, you're probably going to want to, do a little bit, maybe a little bit extra, but overall, informal content works. It's also very visual, so that tends to be sort of that next best thing to being there, so far as introducing people to you and your business, to horses you might have for sale, your farm, and that type of thing. And finally, it's mobile, which is awesome for horse professionals because you guys are rarely in your offices, and you can run a pretty successful social media campaign just from your mobile phone. Okay, so this year, all the other years we've just gone over what I call the four biggies: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. This year we're going to throw in Google+, just a little bit of information about that, and also a new site called Pinterest that I think is going to be pretty important in the horse world. So I'm going to go over a few demographics here. Facebook, I hope you guys all know, basically the big granddaddy of social media. Facebook enables you to share photos, images, status posts. There's groups, there's personal profiles, there's business pages, whole bunch of different things all rolled into one is what Facebook is about. So I'm not going to give you guys a lot of details about how to use it. We have our social media guides that can help you do that. And also, I think most of you are on there already. So anyhow, it is getting close to being a billion. It's up at 901 million users. Activity-wise, over half of those users are on there daily. It's split fairly equally, a little bit more female than male. A large percentage, 81%, have some college education or degree, and 47%, the largest income bracket, is $50,000 to $99,000. Another thing I want to bring up right now that's really interesting from doing this for 3 years, when we first started doing smart social media for horse professionals, the largest age segment across the board for all of the different social medias was pretty much that 18 to 34 age group, or the 18 to 24 age group, but definitely the younger age group. And what we've seen over the last 3 years is that every time we do this, it bumps up an age group. Now what we're seeing is pretty much across the board, the largest age segment is 45 and older. Now, why that's really, I think, interesting for horse professionals is that means that social media is attracting the baby boomer, and that's our demographic. Those are the people that are critical to the horse business. So very, very cool that social media is becoming an even better way to reach them. Okay, so back to Facebook real quick. Another stat I think is important is that the average user spends 23.20 minutes per visit. And also, as I'm going over this chart, there should be a spot on the webcast page there where you guys can download it. Even if you're not a member, we made it to where all of you should be able to download it. About 500 million people access through their phones and mobile devices, and typically the people that use Facebook on their mobile devices tend to be twice as active on Facebook as the non-mobile users, which is, again, interesting for the horse demographic or equestrian demographic. Twitter